experience at Springfontein Wine Estate is as natural and beautiful as its spectacular setting in the quaint village of Stanford, along the Klein River as well as Hermanus Estuary. With a view of the majestic 1,000 meters above sea level Maanskynskop mountain range. Springfontein was established as a wine brand from scratch by German engineer Dr. Jost Weber, who first set foot on the virgin soils in 1995, right after the fall of apartheid. He had a dream of creating a project that involved family and friends and a product that, in words, is a combination of nature and human craftsmanship. Today, 10 different cultivars thrive in 100% limestone soil derived from seashells in an out-of-the-ordinary appellation, Springfontein Rim. Farming is done the old-fashioned way with little to no intervention and is EcoCert Organic certified. Focusing on African cultivars, Pinotage and Chanel, as well as the second most planted grape in South Africa, Chenin Blanc. Springfontein is known for artfully and thoughtfully producing natural and organic wines that are truly reflecting its terroir and the people working on it.
Today is 1st of April 2020. As you can imagine, the whole country is going through a lockdown, but we are very fortunate that we can still harvest our Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a very, very special single vineyard. We will ferment this for about 3 weeks on the skins. And what makes this very special is that we are going to leave it for as much as 180 days. So we're talking 6 months on the skins post-fermentation. And in the end, what we are trying to achieve is that this wine is going to extract from the skins literally everything and anything that can be extracted from the grape skins. And we call this wine Mashi's Extreme. We'll bottle just a little bit of this on its own, and the rest we are going to blend into our limestone rocks, one of the limestone rocks wines. So this is Cabernet Sauvignon crushed. So the individual berries have been split, and now we go to the next stage where the grapes are being pumped into the tank. We can have a look where the grapes are sitting in the tank. So we now have these crushed grapes. They are moving through this pipe, filling up one of these very special tanks. We brought these tanks from Germany especially. This is manufactured by Spider. I said earlier that we can keep this wine on the skins for 6 months, 180 days. This is really awfully long, but this is necessary to achieve what we want, whereby we are trying to extract anything and everything out of the grape. We are able to keep wine on its skins for as long as 6 months because of the special design of the tank. So this tank has got a very special lid. It's a floating lid. And what that allows us to do is that we can actually adjust the volume of the tank. When you make wine in any tank, and if the wine is not 100% full, if that tank is not 100% full, you risk oxidizing the wine. And with oxidation comes spoilage. And that's the reason why a normal red wine fermenter, you would not necessarily keep wine for that long. In our case, when we put the grapes in, let's say it's 1.6 tons, after fermentation the volume drops, and we can just push the lid down to make sure that the tank is full at all times. And this is why we are able to keep wine for 6 months. And I must say we've done this now for over 4 years, and the results is always interesting. First year we've done it for 2 months, we've done it for 4 months. This year, 2020, we are going for 6 months. So let's see how it goes. We are now in April, so we'll be pressing sometime in October, November after fermentation. So after all the hard work is done in the vineyards and in the cellar and the wine is bottled, this wine has been 2 years in the bottle. I'm going to test now the Springfontein Daredevils drums, Mashi's Extreme Cabernet Sauvignon. Color looks beautiful. Very interesting nose. Really intense. Wow. This wine for me, it's very rich. Lots of tannin, rich tannin, lovely tannin, ripe tannin. It's very intense in aroma. It's lots of plums, black currants, black cherries, blackberries. I think Cabernet Sauvignon is well known to be one of those varieties that can produce a very interesting wine. This is an extreme wine. This is an extreme wine because it's something we're doing on the farm where we're expressing our terroir in so many ways that we've decided to ferment Cabernet Sauvignon and leave it to extract on the skins for 90 days after fermentation. So it ferments for about 16 days on the skins. After fermentation, we have got special tanks that we leave the skins in the wine for 90 days. And during this time, the wine is able to extract anything and everything that you can imagine. And the end result is something like this, where you have a wine which is so rich in tannin, but it's got a very refined texture. What I find very interesting and very different from many Cabernet Sauvignon I've had is that there is this element of fine boss, which I can definitely relate to our unique terroir. We have got fine boss between our vineyards, and we're also fermenting our wines with indigenous yeast. So I get here a lot of, not really a lot, but I get hints of geranium. And for some, geranium is peppery, a little bit herbaceous, which is something I can really relate to walking in between the vineyards. So I think this is something special. The fact that it's so rich in tannins, I think the wine is going to continue to evolve in years to come. So yeah, I think sometimes it pays to take the risks and try things which are sort of out of the box. And yeah, cheers.